Good evening. This is Harold Watson, Zoning Chair of the Stratford Zoning Commission that now sits for its regular live monthly meeting on Wednesday, December 14th, 2022. The quorum for this meeting is 4, with the following speaking as present. I will now call on the following elected commissioners. Zone 1, Commissioner James Vigliotti.
Here.
Zone 2, Commissioner Dion Francis.
Here.
Zone 3, Commissioner, myself, Harold Watson, here. Zone 4, Commissioner Deborah Lamberti.
Here.
And Zone 5, Commissioner Len Petrocelli.
Here.
Alternatives who are in attendance tonight include Chris Sahave, thank you. We also welcome Jay Abansky, our Planning and Zoning Administrator, Gail DeCilio, our Recording Secretary, Patricia Sullivan, our Zoning Legal Counsel. Note the petitioners and the public may only speak at the invitation of the chair during both administrative and public hearings. With that said, I call to order this monthly meeting of the Stratford Zoning Commission at 7:02 p.m. All in favor, we will now move to open our we're not doing a public hearing, our administrative session. Sorry. Oh, I need a motion to open our meeting. No, I don't. Okay. I need the agenda. Thank you. Okay, first on our agenda is approval of minutes. Deborah?
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
5-0. What else do we have, Jay? Nothing, no administrative site plan review. We have CAM site plan review, 812, Housatonic.
Yes, we do, Mr. Chairman.
Do you want to fill us in on that?
So you will see in your packet this evening, part of the reason why this wasn't voted on last month is the Waterfront Harbor Management Commission needed some more time in order to evaluate the project from the waterfront plan. The letter they've submitted essentially will be focusing on the last paragraph, and I'll just kind of read that into the record here for you all, if you haven't had a chance to read it. Following significant discussion at its November 9 meeting, the Waterfront Harbor Management Commission approved a motion to inform the applicant and DEEP that the commission has conducted a preliminary review of the applicant's pre-application plans and has no objection to their inclusion in the applications submitted to DEEP at this time, with the understanding that 1, the proposed project will not preclude the ability of adjoining property owners to apply for authorization to construct similar docks and structures to provide reasonable access to navigable water, and 2, comments from the adjoining property owners will be provided to and considered by DEEP in the regulatory review process. So I don't think any one of those issues were ever a topic of conversation for this application. I have no concerns with any of those comments, and I have no concerns with the project at this time.
Any comments? So tonight we want to do a vote on accepting this, Jay, with the paragraph.
Motion to approve with the paragraph that Mr. Urbanski just read into the record.
Second?
Well, that wouldn't be a condition. I think they were just giving you that information, but,
Well, on the back.
yeah, you could. I'm sorry to interrupt. You could add those as a condition.
Well, the next to the last paragraph, please be advised that WHMC reserves the right to continue to review applicant's proposal and provide additional comments and recommendations at such time as it may be modified at a public notice or a hearing. So essentially, what we're putting in this paragraph would come up then at a public hearing, correct?
If there happens to be one, or if DEEP seeks any comments from any of the abutting neighbors, that would be their opportunity.
Okay. So, Len, you made a motion. Will someone second that?
Second?
Jim, second that. All in favor? Discussion, sorry. Thought we already had our discussion, but. Any discussion?
I guess just, since the project will continue, there's a final chance for review before it's approved, I guess, and, you know, because of that, you know, I think I think we should let it move forward.
Anybody else?
I agree with Jim.
All right. We ready to vote? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
5-0. All right, let's continue on then. Are there any accessory apartment applications?
I don't have my agenda, but I don't believe so. No, no.
Okay. Any sediment erosion control? No.
No, Mr. Chairman?
Zoning enforcement study?
No.
Other items, 500 North Avenue versus Town of Stratford Zoning Commission?
So, Mr. Chairman, I think that since the applicant's representative is here, you may want to give the floor to him, maybe, or unless Attorney Sullivan has any issue with it, let the applicant's representative maybe relay some new information to us.
Is that just on this first property, or is this on both these properties?
This is relating one, I believe, but I don't know what the applicant's rep has to say here, but I believe it's for 170 Orinoco Lane.
Okay.
Keep in mind that we had members of the public leave because we told them we weren't going to act on this.
Hearing's closed, right? No?
We had to leave it open, awaiting the certified letter from Inland Wetlands.
Okay.
Yeah. We can't vote tonight.
We still can't vote tonight, but I can open the floor for you to hand in your documents to
Well,
Jay.
Yeah, I have a problem because I told Joe Kubik that you would be voting tonight and that we extended his period to file his brief. I think I extended Patricia's as well. And we assumed that since I have a letter that's dated, the wetlands people voted on November 16th, and I have a letter dated December 2nd with a resolution and the approval. And that was the only thing I thought that we were missing here. I had my engineer, we did the presentation, everyone heard everything, and you didn't want to vote, even though I had represented that we had wetlands approval because you didn't have the resolution. So now I'd like to offer the resolution.
Yeah, and Attorney Bellis, I can just tell you that I haven't received any documentation.
I'm going to hand it to you.
But that's not good enough. It really has to come through the process.
That's
where you
not
have
the
to
procedure. We need
yeah,
the time
you
to
need to
actually look
pre-file.
through and understand it. So we would be remiss if we said, let's do this and get it done. I think
I can
that,
take it from me tonight, though, if you wouldn't mind handing it to
Sure.
Commissioner Petroselli. Thank you.
No problem. I just...
Sorry you had to come all the way down.
Well, it's not coming here. I represented to council and to Pat Sullivan that we would have an approval, and that may jeopardize our settlement agreement, but that, you know. Well, you can, they can vote.
no, honestly, Jay
sound like they
can't,
want to.
because I'm looking out for the 5 commissioners' interests. We need the time to look at it.
There-
And right now, we're breaking down on everybody saying, we've got to have the 10 days to look at things so that we can make good sense out of what we're looking at.
Yeah.
Ultimately, the responsibility to prevent lawsuits is that we understand what we're saying yes and no.
No, I know, I get it, guys. It didn't come from me, it came from your department. That's what's frustrating. It came from the Wetlands Department. And you have counsel here and who was at that meeting and knows about it, so. All right, I'll report back to the mayor, thanks. Can it be continued to the next meeting?
Yes.
Continue to January
7th?
24th, just let me double check.
Yeah.
I think it's the 7th, but.
No, well, we have our administrative meeting, but why don't we just continue it to the next January meeting? That'll cover us for the
When's that, Jay, you think?
It's either the,
It's in January, though, right, guys?
yes.
Okay. Very good, okay. That'll be, okay, thanks.
We'll just keep it on the agenda, I won't take it off.
Understood.
And after our administrative, we can go to a public hearing, correct? Just reverse order? If we wanted to do it on that first January meeting?
Yeah, I mean, it's not really it's not a public hearing item, but we're treating it like one. So, I mean, I think that if we wanted to discuss it on January 11th, and we would put it on the agenda, and folks could come here and speak in favor or opposition, we would allow them to do that. We may decide that we're gonna not do that until January 25th, and we'll take advice from Attorney Sullivan as to how.
And it needs to be formally on the agenda, and ready to go with everything filed, because the court's gonna ask us, when I get to the court and say, yes, we had a public meeting about it, and people had the opportunity to speak, and they're gonna have the opportunity to speak again at court, and it's not slowing anything down.
Okay.
So everything
I'm
is,
happy to hear
everything
you
is
say
all
that.
set. Everything is all
And I
set.
can
We're
just,
fine then.
Yeah,
I mean, no documentation has come to our office. I mean,
I think it's wise, just to don't make them wait till the end of
Well,
January.
remember, it was only a
Do
month
it-
ago that we decided we're not gonna be putting up with people turning in things late. So this is a perfect.
or a
perfect
15-page
example.
document at our meeting, expecting us to vote on.
I had no idea, I had no idea they were coming.
No idea. No idea.
No one did.
It was actually communicated to other there's probably 5 representatives going,
So
but
moving
that
on,
there wouldn't be any discussion for this meeting,
we don't need a motion.
because we don't want to waste anybody's time.
And that includes Bluebird?
Exactly, exactly,
That includes Bluebird and,
exactly.
all right, let's keep moving so we can finish this. That includes both 500 North and Bluebird Prestige. So both of those items will come up either the 1st of January or towards the middle and end of January. Next meetings. Organizational meeting, January 11th, 2023. That's where we need to re-elect a chair and a vice chair. Public hearing, Wednesday, January 25th, which is where we would bring up those other items. If possible, just so
Yeah, we can
give
do
them
it on the
ex-
11th, as long as we just, we'll get the notices out there, we'll get the information that we need, and that'll be fine. And 500 is not a problem either, because that's already going to planning for the subdivision. That's all set. So there's no controversy here as to
Okay.
keeping with the global settlement, so.
But we're not gonna pick up all the other stuff. The other stuff, we're gonna wait until
Any new-
January 20th or whatever.
That's correct.
Okay. Makes sense, ladies, gentlemen? All right, so I think, given that, the only thing you have to remember is make sure you're here on the 11th, is it? So that we can vote in a chair. I'll put my name out for it, but we still have to do that, no matter what. It will be Lenny and I are gonna put on wrestling togas and we're gonna fight this one out, but, other than that, well, yeah, you know what? I guess we should do that, since, unless you all wanna get home and watch TV. Let's run through and just let everybody comment on our year. If you want. Lenny, come on.
Well,
You know what they say, if you don't have anything positive to say, don't say anything at all.
Well, that's a good comment. Hey, you know what? That's growth.
I mean, this year's been interesting. I mean, I've had a good, I've enjoyed it. You think so? Let's not have it too interesting, okay?
Yeah, we're not losing anybody this year, I believe, right? You're still here another year. Yeah.
Lose 2 people,
Yeah.
you still stay, damn it.
If I'm alive, who knows, you know? You could always charter an Uber to run me down on the street. Deborah, any comments?
No, I'm good.
Mr. Vigliotti?
I appreciate you stepping up to be our chairman, Harold, and I think that you stepped in and done a good job, and, we keep the meetings going, and we keep the public informed, and when we have our public hearings, I think that we do a good job of letting the democracy thing, right? We let everybody come up and speak who wants to speak, and I think that gives the zoning commission a good showing, I think, in town. That people, if they have something that they want to say, they can come before us and be heard. And I think that's a good thing.
Well, I don't know that a zoning commission can ever have a good reputation, but my feeling is that we do have a decent reputation of letting people be heard. So we hit the record by filling this whole auditorium, which hadn't been done since the days of the WPCA. So.
It's the petition system.
Yes, of course, but I'm saying there was a move to have themselves be heard, which I think is a good thing. Listen, I couldn't find a better group of people to work with, and I appreciate your patience with me. This has been a learning curve every single meeting, but it is something that I enjoy doing, and I think we make Stratford better. I hope we keep doing that. Thank you. You heard that, right? Would you like to make a comment? Oh, Chris. Chris is Mr. Wiseman.
No, I just decided come in. I miss hanging out with you guys, so I thought I'd just drop in. But I know all of you have worked very hard this year. Good to see that you folks are doing a lot of things, and wish all of you and your families the best for the holiday season and Christmas. And also just keeping your thoughts and prayers. Earlier today, I went to the funeral for former Commissioner Jim Sheridan, who was one of your predecessors representing the 5th and the 6th. He was a good friend of mine. We served together for 6 years here on the board, and he'll be greatly missed. So, but all the best to all of you, and we're looking forward to seeing you more frequently in 2023.
Patricia, would you like to make a comment?
It's just been a pleasure working with all of you. So happy holidays to everyone, and I really enjoy it. Thank you.
And the real mocker here,
No.
Jay.
Really, a really busy year of challenging projects, and I mean, right here, perfect example tonight. And you never know what's going to happen, and I think that you all have done a really nice job, being the professionals that the town expects you to be here and represent the town and the interests of the town. So, well done, and another busy year coming up next year. So, thanks again for all your help and all your support from the office, and looking forward again to next year. Thanks, everybody.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
seeing nothing else on our agenda, make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Happy New Year. We'll see you in 2023.
Have a happy holiday, everyone.
Did we?